Hey guys, it's Josie Gamer here, and today I'm be looking at if RAM actually increases FPS in Minecraft. So let's get into it. Now I thought I'd cover this topic since one of my other videos looking at different amounts of RAM has got a lot of views. I thought I'd cover a bit of questions from people talking about, because basically RAM does not solely increase FPS, but it helps improve performance, if that makes sense. So if you have more RAM allocated to your system, it will have less frame stutter. So if you're walking around with shaders like I am, have some mods installed, have a resource pack, you should have less frame stutter. Now it does give you a slight performance gain, but not by much. If you're running fairly good specs in your system, I'm running an i5-8400, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1060, you're not going to really have any problems. But if you have a potato PC like a twin core i5, like a first generation or something, or a Celeron, or even weaker than that, adding more RAM can really help Minecraft. Now, as you can see on the top right hand corner, it shows my memory getting used. Now, even though I have 8 gigs currently allocated, which means I have 16 gigs in my system, it doesn't mean I'm using all of it. Yeah, so it basically is to help stabilize the frame rate I'm currently getting. As you can see in the top left, I'm kind of hovering around 60 to 40, around that kind of area. If I had less RAM installed, it'd actually give me a stutter. So yeah, it's crucial to adding more RAM if you want to have a slightly more playable experience, even on a potato. So how about we get out of here, I'll turn my shaders off, and how about we go look at what 4 gigabytes of RAM would look like. Okay, so I'm back at the launcher. Now you'll see here is my Forge 1.12.2. Literally this can be for any version of Minecraft. Now I have 16 gigs in my system. That means I'm using half of the allocated RAM for Minecraft, which is completely fine. As you can see, 8 gigs. So if I was to have 4 gigs in my system, you would have it at maybe 2. I'd recommend that. If you did 3, your system would probably have issues trying to run in the background and also run Minecraft. Also, if you have seen my other videos, 1 gigabyte is stock, so increasing that helps for, you know, shaders, mods, and resource packs, as I talked before. So how about we go and check what FPS will be like with 4 gigs. Okay, here we are. Okay, so yeah, we don't have as higher frame rate as we would if we had more RAM installed, but this is basically because of my system. Because I have the high-end specs, the RAM is basically the underlying thing now. As you can see, instead of being 8 gigs, it's actually 2 gigs on the top right, and I'm nearly using 600 megabytes just with this faithful resource pack on, which is actually FPS boosting. If you haven't seen my video on it, go check it out. I did a video on this resource pack. Okay, enough of the self-promotion. How about we go and put some shaders on? Okay, so it looks like we're not having too many issues running these shaders. Now we are seeing kind of a bit of an FPS difference since I had 8 gigs. This is because it's actually loading the world in still. You can see that's kind of loading back there. There we go. I'm also using Silger's Vibrant Shaders with motion blur. And as the rain comes down, god damn it, why do you have to do that now? Actually, this looks quite scenic. It's quite cool. Unless the thunder comes in. You know what? Just for the kick of it, I'm going to add some higher end shaders. Here we go, Sonic Ethers. This is another test as well. As you can see, I'm getting slightly higher usage in game, kind of 600, 700 megabits. As you can see, it's actually slightly different now. We have got wet ground. That is quite different from the other pack. This is what Seuss does. This is what it's called, the shaders pack. So yeah. Now let's say I was to change into a higher end resource pack. Oh god. Thunder! God damn it. Oh, thank you. That was crazy. Yeah, lightning struck just there. Hoping I don't have anything crazy going on in this world, like Herobrine. He's probably not around anymore, but that was quite funny. So yeah, how about we go into our resource packs and put in Chroma Hills. Okay, here we are. And we're using a bit more system memory. That's over 1 gig now. And yeah, so this resource pack uses a bit more detail, as you can see. Look at the wood, it's got actual depth into it. So yeah, I'm kind of using 1100, 1200, nearly 1300 megabits to run this. Now I might as well just do a little test right here and see what the FPS is like when I go to 8 gigs. Okay, so hanging around 37, 38 FPS. Let's just keep that in mind for when we change. Okay, because now we're back, we'll be putting it to 4G, since this is going to be an example for a system with 8 gigs of RAM. So, let's do it. Okay, we are back, and it looks like we're actually getting a higher frame rate. Yeah, we're actually getting around 40 FPS instead of 38. Now, to answer your question, yes, you do get a higher amount of frame rate when you increase your RAM, but because my PC is pretty beefy for Minecraft, it can run it without issue, depending even if it had lower RAM. But if your system is a lower spec, then yeah, adding RAM, crucial. Okay, in conclusion, as the sun goes down over there, it does give a increase to your frame rate, even though it does not give a huge amount. It's basically to give less frame stutter and just make it better to run mods, shaders, and resource packs. So if you haven't allocated more RAM to Minecraft, I would highly recommend it. And I'll see you guys later in my next video. Make sure to subscribe. I'll be doing more videos on Minecraft and performance. So yeah, see you guys later, and peace.